Do you have my sock? Oh no. Poofy Bear stole my sock, the little devil, boy. We're keeping that, but anyways, hello, good morning, you guys. So I'm feeling very, very voluminous, very poofy today, but we're gonna fix this. We're gonna tame the mane in a minute and go get in the shower. But today we are gonna be back up in the skies and we are going to be flying again. I'm a little bit nervous, only because Dallas has been storming today as well as the last few days. So we are red flag today, which means red flag is where they offer 150% to pick up trips. Normally it's like longer sequences that you need a little bit more days on your schedule to pick up, whereas you don't see like turns and internationals and that much often on red flag, but sometimes you do. And when they run out of reserves, you'll pretty much see everything on red flag. So we'll just have to see how today plays out, but I don't wanna ask for problems when there aren't any. But I think today is gonna be a lot of fun because we are working the latest London flight, and now Dallas has 5 London flights in a day, which is pretty cool because there's not a speaker on that one, and usually London is on the 777-300, which is our big boy aircraft, so that's the plane that needs the most flight attendants on it. So it's one of the easier ones to pick up. Now normally we have like 3 Londons, and then in the summer we've been having 4, but now we officially have 5. So that's pretty exciting. But also, since there's so many Londons, I happen to notice that some of my friends are on the earlier ones, and then also one of my classmates from training, Luke, is on ours tonight. And I know Matt is coming back from Tahiti today, and he said as long as he knows he can land in Dallas because of the storms, then he's gonna be trying to pick up London as well. So I know for sure my friend Scotty is on one of the earlier ones, then Luke said one of his friends is on the earlier ones. So I think once we get there, it's gonna be a good flight, a good group of us. I think it should be a lot of fun. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead. I started making my AG1. So I'm gonna make some of this. I got the little travel packets out still where they're like this. And these are easy to put in my cooler bag. But then when I checked, I still had a couple in there. So I don't think I'll need these for this trip. But also, since we're doing London, it's really nice because it's like powder, so I don't have to worry about like taking any liquids or anything through. But I also want to thank AG1 for sponsoring today's video. AG1 has just become part of Chip and I's morning routine because both of us like noticed like the difference since drinking this, especially with my energy levels. Like when I drink this, I just feel phenomenal. Like a lot of times, I think especially as a flight attendant, I think a lot of flight attendants can relate. We just feel drowsy. You're just tired a lot. And for some reason, since drinking this, something about it just really boosts my energy, and I have been loving it. But also the flavor is really good. This actually kind of reminds me of like a little bit of like a subtle pina colada. Like not as strong as the flavor as a lot of pina coladas, but just really subtle, and it's really tasty. But I've started liking to drink this alongside my breakfast. Also, AG1 is a powerhouse. It has 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients, and it's diet friendly. So if you're vegetarian, vegan, paleo, or keto, you can still have AG1. Not to mention it's free of GMOs, gluten, dairy, corn, eggs, peanuts, lactose, added sugar, animal byproduct, artificial colors, flavors, sweeteners, and 500 different herbicides and pesticides. And now you can get started with AG1 for less than $3 a day when you subscribe, and that's less than a cup of coffee. All you have to do is go to drinkag1.com/Kat Nesbitt or scan the QR code. Once again, thank you to AG1 for sponsoring today's video. But after I end up drinking this and having my breakfast, I wanna go out to the garden because I've got this nice hefty compost pile I need to dump off, but then I need to jump in the shower. I need to start some laundry, pack my bags and all that stuff. So our sign-in tonight is not gonna be until 9:44 p.m. But also, if we have time, I want to take a nap because this is a long flight and we are going to be flying all night long in the middle of the night. So I just wanna make sure that I am well rested because we're not gonna get into London until I think about like 2:30. As in the afternoon is when we land, so we'll probably get to the hotel, I'm guessing around 4 o'clock. So we're gonna wanna hit the ground running once we get there. So I just wanna make sure that, you know, we have a little bit of sleep under our belt. But anyways, I guess let's go ahead and make some breakfast and get our morning started. just got to the Dallas airport, but I have to make this pretty quick because they closed both of the ramps to get into the airport, and I'm not sure why. So it took me a while to kind of figure out how to get here. So I'm running a little bit behind, but also my friend Luke was on this flight. Well, Matt was actually able to grab the earlier London, but he just came back from Tahiti. So he was like, I still have to do laundry and everything else. So he had the one before ours. And so him and Luke ended up switching. So Matt is gonna be on our flight and he's gonna be the back galley. Well, originally I was position 7, which works up in business class, but I just sent a trade request and somebody did end up switching me right before they dropped the trip. So now I'm in the back with Matt, which is gonna be really fun, and we're not full. So that was definitely nice of them to position swap me before they decided to drop. But anyways, there's going to be a lot of us that are all friends that are gonna be in London. So I suspect we're gonna do something fun on this trip. But for now, I guess let's go ahead, gather up our things and go take the shuttle inside the airport to get signed in and get through security. Okay, listen, I like it hot, but what is this? Immediately bumping that down. That's probably good. So we just got to the hotel room. So I think the game plan is that like 5 of us from our crew are meeting up with other flight attendants from other crews. I'm just kind of going with the wind. I'm not here to make plans. I'm just kind of to follow along. But for now, I need to freshen up and get changed, and then I guess we'll head out of here. But here is the room. It's like actually pretty spacious, I feel like, for London. I mean, obviously not big, but still pretty nice. Do we get a shower or a tub? It is a tub, and we have to be extra careful because it's super slippery. But at least this one has a low mirror, so I'm kind of vibing with this room. You guys, I am tired. I am totally exhausted, but today was a blast. So basically, I ended up meeting up with some of the crew members from my flight as well as other people's flights, and we ended up going to a bar in Soho. And in total of flight attendants, I think there was like at least 16 of us. I'm pretty sure there was a large group of flight attendants, which was so cool because it was like from all the bases over, and everybody just kind of like knew everybody through the grapevine. I don't know, it was really funny, especially because like with my company there are thousands and thousands and thousands of flight attendants, like even just at my base of Dallas alone. So to like kind of like know everybody through everybody, it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of funny and cool. But we had a blast just hanging out and chilling, and then I think it was 5 of us decided that we wanted to go to Dishoom's for dinner. So we came back over towards the hotel, and unfortunately they don't let you make a reservation after a certain time. At least they didn't today, and I don't know if that was because it was Sunday or something. We just had to wait. I think it was like 45 minutes to an hour of wait, and then we got to eat there, which Dishoom's is always amazing. It's just phenomenal every time. And now I have leftovers for on the plane tomorrow, which is great. But I am just worn out. I am so exhausted. So what I'm hoping now is that I will completely knock out, sleep really well, and then we can kind of make use of our morning and go like have breakfast, explore, you know, maybe do a little bit of shopping, just kind of, you know, just spend the day in London because our sign-in time is not gonna be until 1:55 in the afternoon. But also, I forgot to tell you guys, I'm gonna grab my glasses and then let me explain this. I feel like when it's just been a long day, like glasses just kind of help my eyes out a bit. But I forgot to tell you guys, so basically our number 7 ended up calling out sick, and then all of a sudden our number 4 called out because of weather and them being red flagged all day. We just didn't know if they were even gonna be able to give us flight attendants, which we need at least 1 more because on the 777-300, it has a minimum crew of 10 flight attendants. Originally, the 777-300 had 13 flight attendants on it, but then after COVID happened, they reduced it down to 11 flight attendants. When 2 people called out sick, we don't have enough to take the flight. So we were all kind of like, oh no, do they have any airport standbys? What's gonna be going on? And basically they were able to fill one position with an airport standby, and she is fresh out of training. So I think she's like only like 3 weeks out of training. And originally they had put her as the business class galley, which in my opinion, I actually think that's one of the hardest positions that you can work on the whole plane. So everybody was really flexible, and the purser kind of directed everybody like, okay, this is our game plan, this is how we're gonna do service, and let's kind of move people around so that way like those who know what we're doing, like they'll be in positions that know what they're doing, if that makes sense. But then we were waiting for them to fill position 7, which was still open, and we thought it was probably gonna be another junior person if there's anybody available. So the purser told me, hey, just kind of get ready to work position 7 because you know what you're doing, and they're pretty empty in coach, and like business class was completely full. But then they just didn't fill the position at all, so crew scheduling reassigned me to position 7 because basically you need to have all of the doors on the aircraft covered. Like a flight attendant has to be in the jump seat of all the doors, and the 11th position is considered kind of like an extra, so you don't have your own door. So it's funny that all that stuff happened to be in position 11 just to turn around and be moved back to position 7. But regardless, it didn't really matter. The crew is hysterical. It was so funny. Like I just had a good time in general. But that does mean that we are currently on minimum crew. So if anything happens, for whatever reason, we cannot lose any more flight attendants. Like we are at our minimum flight attendants. But now I'm thinking I'm gonna brush my teeth and start getting ready to wind down for bed. And I guess I will see you guys bright and early in the morning. Night. Good morning, you guys. So it is 2 a.m. I have been up for the last hour, just like shivering, freezing. And now I'm starting to understand why this room might have been on like 30 something degrees Celsius, because I have it right now on 28 degrees Celsius and it's not getting any warmer. And of course, I'm like, I just wanted to sleep really, really good. All right, so in my front pocket, I have like some mints and stuff. But let's see. Okay, so I have AG1 with me, and I have some coffee. Do I have tea? Oh, there we go. This tea is so good. It's like a Japanese green tea. I'm gonna like crank this up and just be just like that person before me. Let's do like 31 and see what happens. I love how fast the kettle gets hot. Like it just gets hot so fast. Maybe this is dumb, but where do I get one of those? Like where do I get one that within like 1 minute you have like really hot water? I don't think you guys can see, but I made some green tea. Oh, I love me some green tea. I really do. The good thing is though, is that even though this is like not what I wanted, and I really was hoping that we would get a good full night's rest, is that at least as position 7, I get to choose my break first. So I've actually told you guys this wrong before. I did not understand. I thought that who chooses breaks, whether it's even positions or odd positions, was based on the direction that you were flying, but I didn't realize I was completely wrong. So actually it's based on the flight number. So if the flight number is even, then evens choose their breaks first. If the flight number is odd, odds choose their break first. And I'm like, how did it take me so long to realize? I just thought that's funny because I'm like, I've been a flight attendant for way too long to have not realized that. But also it's kind of funny because each base does breaks just a little bit differently. Like everybody kind of just does what fits with them. And that's something that you'll notice like when you become a flight attendant, is that you have to be a palm tree. They'll tell you just have to sway in the wind, but you will notice from base to base to base definitely varies on how you do things, especially even from little things like setting up the toppers on top of the carts and stuff like that. But each base does their breaks for internationals a little bit differently. Like when I was based in Charlotte, we had 2 breaks because those flights aren't as long, but when I'm based in Dallas, we do 3 breaks. So I don't know, it just kind of varies, but yeah, just a little bit interesting. Oh, it's 222. 222. Little angel number, but anyways, I think Chip is on his way home, so I'm gonna chat with him for a little bit, drink my tea, and then start winding down, and I will see you guys Hopefully when we go to sleep and wake up again. So it's 8:30. I think like we got maybe 3 more hours of sleep. Part of me just wants to go back to bed, but another part of me is like, no, we're gonna get up and make use of this. So Stephanie had already texted me. So then I called her and we're gonna meet downstairs in 5 minutes and go do breakfast. And then from there, we're gonna go over to Primark. Now we both said we wanna try to give ourselves an hour and a half to get ready. So to do hair, makeup, and pack everything up. So we need to be back in the room by 12:25. So that'll give us about 4 hours to kind of just go shopping and then do whatever we wanna do and eat. So that is the game plan. So I guess I'm gonna grab my jacket, my bag, and get my shoes on. Back to the room. Right now it's 11:42. So I was actually gonna go to the park and kind of walk around because the weather's feeling really nice, except I was like, I don't want to be in a rush to try to get ready, and also I'm kind of hungry. So I ended up deciding I'm gonna eat my leftovers just now because I have that Raita, which is kind of liquidy, and I don't want to have to worry about taking that back through security. But I got some goodies. These are from Primark. And then after Primark, we went over to Starbucks because she wanted to get some souvenirs, and then we went over to Ben's Cookies because she wanted to get some cookies to bring back, and then we went to Marks & Spencer. So I'll show you Marks & Spencer first, and then I'll show you what I got at Primark. I really didn't get too much, but I don't know why this sounded so good. I grew up eating these, and I know they're big in England. A lot of people, when they're having a Chinese, I don't know if you guys are on like the Chinese British food, but it's very interesting, that side of TikTok. It's been a minute. I feel like it was like really popular for a little bit, but how they have Chinese food is so different. And I really do need to just like, maybe next time I'm here, I'll order it and we'll do a Chinese. That's how they say it. But anyways, I got some rye sourdough flatbreads. And then I have, this is my favorite cheese. It is the roasted red chili mild cheddar. And it has like a very light spice, very light, but it's ultra creamy and it's so good. So I got that. And then I got some wafer thin chicken breast. So I figure I would just put like some chicken and some cheese on some crackers. The other thing I got is my aunt asked me to grab her some of the mints that I love. So I just picked her up 3 of them. I actually had 4, but I didn't realize one of the packages was damaged. So now I just have 3 for her, and that is everything I got there. But at Primark, so I was just really looking for some basics. I just wanted some basics. And also, y'all are probably gonna laugh at me, but I have just decided I just won't buy clothes that are not black because they just sit in my closet. Like 9 times out of 10, I will always gravitate to anything that's black in my closet, and that's just what I like to wear. And the time that I start wearing other colors is basically when like I've cycled through everything that's black and now I have to wear colors. But I don't know if you guys remember the camis that I get that I wore all the time. I wore one yesterday from Primark. Well, they have them in seamless now. So they're the same price. So they're £3.50. So I grabbed 2 of these, and then I found just like this kind of like, it's kind of like a baby doll tee, £4. So I grabbed that. And then I wanted just another pair of just like plain, kind of like black pants, but like not like heavy. It's just like a lightweight material because I feel like these are so versatile. You can dress them up, you can dress them down. They're just like easy breezy. And as we're moving spring and summer, it's gonna get warmer. And I don't know why I've never been like a short skirts kind of person. I just always like a good pant. So I was like looking for these. Now these were £10. And then I grabbed these. Now, I have no idea if these work or not. If you've ever tried these, let me know if these work, because I've been seeing them and I was like, you know what? Let me try them out. Let me try them out. I don't know if it's gonna work, but they are basically seamless period underwear. Are these good? Are they not good? And then I also grabbed some boy shorts, like just some lounging boy shorts, and it's in a 3-pack. So they have like a light gray, a white, and then the black, but they just look like this. And then these were £7. Oh, a fitted like t-shirt like this. It's kind of in the workout section, so it has like that elasticy, like workout type of feel. And then this one was 5 pounds. And then I also grabbed some rings. These look so pretty. I don't really have a lot of chunky rings. They were only 2 pounds and 50 cents, and they look like this. I really like this one. Now, yesterday when I could not sleep, I did a little scroll sesh, and I don't know if you guys follow Jordan Lipscomb, but she is a British TikTok influencer. I think she's actually been like on YouTube and a bunch of stuff. I think she's been an influencer for a very long time, and she is stunning. She is stunning, and I don't know, I love her stuff. I love her vibe. I love her aesthetic. I love the whole thing. But she was trying out some of Primark's makeup. So she was talking about these blushes, which is a radiant blusher, and I am definitely gonna be trying this out today. For these, it kind of has like a blush mixed with a highlighter. Now, there's this one and there's a pink one. They only had one pink one, and it kind of looked like it might have been the tester, but in hers, she said the pink one was a little bit more blotchy and not as shiny, and she said this one was the way to go. So I grabbed this, and that was $3.50, and this one is peach. And then I have noticed that my bronzer is breaking me out, and I think it's because it's incredibly old. That thing has been with me for a few years now, and I think it's time it goes away, because now everywhere I'm putting bronzer, it's making my face break out, so I know specifically it is the bronzer. I saw they had two. One is just like a matte bronzer like this, whereas this one is more of a shimmer kind of bronzer, which this one gives me more like beach vibes. This one gives me more kind of like everyday vibes. So this one's only 1 pound, and this one is £3.50. I'm a little worried, I won't lie, because I am very, very fair skinned. So when I saw the shade, I was like, I feel like this is a medium bronzer, and I would have generally picked a light bronzer. So we'll have to go a little bit easy and see how this works. The last thing I picked up were some lip liners that I just wanted to try. I don't know if they're gonna be any good at all, but they were only 75 cents. I know you guys have been asking me for an updated makeup video, so I'm gonna try to put that together of what I'm doing lately. And I think in the video, we're gonna chat about my cosmetic company as well. I'll do a full tutorial, and I'll probably do like a Q&A. So I'll probably ask on Instagram for some questions, and then I'll just screenshot them, and then maybe we'll do like a get ready with me. I'll show you guys how I do my full makeup, what I'm using right now, and also answer your questions. So if you're not following me on Instagram and you have something to ask, you want to take part, then go ahead and go follow me, and I'll try to post that pretty soon. All right, you guys, so it is officially time to go. We are all packed up, so I guess let's go ahead and head downstairs and catch the shuttle. Good morning. Look who was waiting for me as soon as I got back from my morning walk. I'm a little bit sweaty, but I wanted to chat with you guys about the flight because how it ended was insane. I'm gonna be making Bootsy some food, so let me grab that really, really quickly. So for breakfast, Bootsy is having chicken dinner and gravy. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but if you do, you've probably seen that Bootsy has started to be a little bit more of an inside cat. Not completely, like Boots definitely still lives outside. And it's funny because he has been loving his little heated house, and the weather is warming up again, but before it like dropped down, and he was just staying in his little heated house, and we had it all plugged in, and he was just staying there all night long. But you know, when the dogs are up, I know Boots, when the dogs are up, I've been able to have him inside a little bit more because the little dogs get along with Boots really well. It's the big ones that it just doesn't work. So sometimes Boots gets to come inside and we just cuddle. I'm gonna put a little bit of water in this for him. Oh, I know it. Come on, come sing your songs outside. Come on, Bootsy. Come on. Let's go, Bootsy. Oh, you're gonna trip me. See, that's the little Bootsy house. And lately I've just been feeding him up here. That way when the little dogs are here, they can't get up here. So he can just eat up there in peace. But anyways, so I have to have a little bit of discretion when I tell y'all stuff, so I really cannot get into any detail. I'm just gonna describe kind of what happened. But essentially, when we landed in London, the police needed to meet our flight to make an arrest. Outside of that, I cannot offer you any more details just for security reasons. Like I just have to have discernment when it comes to my channel. So that's all I can basically tell you guys about that. But I thought that was going to be the crazy part of the end of the flight. But then all of a sudden, ring-a-ling-ling on the crew phone, all of a sudden the purser calls me and basically says, Kat, you have been selected to do the random drug test. So as a flight attendant, we have random drug tests that we have to do, as well as random breathalyzers. And y'all, it is so far away from where we came in. It's over in like the A terminal. And when you're coming in internationally, you have to go through the D terminal in Dallas because that's where customs is. So basically I had to clear customs, leave, then come back in through security, then take the Skylink over to the A terminal to go find the medic building. Then I had to wait because it goes kind of like in order. So there's like a line. So even if you need to like pee straight away, does not mean you're up first, which is funny because I actually had to go as soon as we landed the plane, but I don't know what it was. I think with everything that was going on landing, I was just like waiting, and then I got the phone call. But it was funny because then once I got there was still a few people in front of me in line to do their drug testing. So I'm sitting there basically kind of like, like holding it, but we do get paid $15 for drug testing. So if you get randomly selected to drug test, you'll make 15 bucks. If you get randomly selected to breathalyze, that's $15. And if you have to do both, a whopping 30 bucks. Try not to spend it all in one place. So I did not get home until I think like 11 o'clock at night. So even though we landed an hour early, like at 7 something, it took me forever before I finally got home. Like I was exhausted. I basically just ate dinner and went straight to bed. Like it was a lot. But anyways, I just thought I would share that because that was quite the chaotic ending. But also, if you're gonna be a flight attendant, you're gonna have to do your drug testing even when you get hired. You have to do that. And then all throughout your career, you can get randomed at any point. So it's just something to note about the job. But anyways, I'm going to now start editing this video for you guys because I wanna get it up ASAP because I'm actually trying to fly tomorrow. So hopefully that'll all work out. But if you guys did enjoy this video, if you wouldn't mind giving it a big old thumbs up, pressing that subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Bye.